Well, wait to see if some people get here. Give it a minute.
I saw it, dude. Does it tell people you're going live?
Yeah, I'd mentioned it. Because I'd said I was going to go live at 11, and then I ended up realizing that was going to work, so at 11 I said I'll go live at 12, so I'm sure a couple of people probably are like, fuck it, I'm going to bed, or this or that, but that's alright.
Can people still watch it after you're like not live?
Yeah, no, they can. Alright, so should I just start talking about something, since obviously I got my ugly mug in front of your faces? I'm just gonna continue to eat my sandwich for the next minute, and then I'll start talking. How about that? So, but pretty much what we're gonna get into, what we're gonna talk about tonight, is people that say that they're Christian and they've never done any damn research, and they literally think that they live on a spinning wet ball rocket, and that they came from a big bang. Something that was literally the size of an atom blew up and made Earth, the moon, supposedly the whole galaxy that keeps expanding, all came from one atom. Does that make sense? Or does it make more sense that somebody was like, hey, I'm going to separate the waters from the waters, and I'm going to put this plane of existence that is an enclosed dome and give these things that I've created a chance to grow? Mathematically and just genealogy, anything that you look at, the time and the material, that was wrong. But the time that it would literally take for DNA to come from DNA to come into a single cell organism to literally multiply and continue to actually evolve and continue to be what we are right now is 100% mathematically impossible. It would be like going up 10,000 feet and dropping an encyclopedia through helicopter blades and it being chopped into millions of pieces, and all those pieces floating down to the ground 10,000 feet, landing perfectly together. That's how many zeros it would take to mathematically say that that was possible for the time that they say that the Earth has been here. It is mathematically impossible. You can look at the greatest mathematicians ever, and they're all atheists, and then they do that one equation, the mathematical freaking answer to what it would take for DNA to even be created, and then let alone a single cell organism, and then let alone turn into us monkeys, this, that, da, da. I promise you, my brothers and sisters, you are not ancestors of monkeys. We did not evolve from monkeys. You must understand, if they can literally make you think and believe in the greatest lie ever told, that you live on a wet spinning ball rocket, they can make you believe any lie. Once they've got that past you and over you, which they've been doing to for years, once they've got that lie past you, they can make you believe any lie. And that is the most sick and disturbing thing about it all, is how do you stop the lies from just continuing? And what's even harder is, you have the people around you that you love and that you care about, and you 100% are doing everything that you can to open their eyes and let them see, and you're trying to like, look, I have hard documents of this, that, da, 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 and the other thing, and they don't want to wake up. And it's so hard because you want to get angry, but you can't, because we all remember we used to be them. 100%. I mean, come on, we all know there was that first thing that we saw that we came across. It was like, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life, and I'm going to prove it wrong. And then you couldn't prove it wrong. And trying to prove that wrong proved almost everything that you ever learned was a lie. And it's just really hard, and It's a fucked up thing because no matter what, you want to share this and open up the eyes and the minds of the people that you love the most. And those tend to be the hardest people to actually open their eyes. And that seems to be the conundrum that probably many of you have to deal with. But it is what it is. And it will be what it will be. But it is painful when it feels that you can't open up the hearts and the minds of the ones that you love the most. But I just don't understand how somebody can, when you start actually looking into it, and if you even take a half a fucking minute to look into it, that it seems more plausible that something the size of an atom blew up and created everything and kept expanding, or somebody just decided to give you a nice, beautiful plane of existence to live on. That sounds more plausible to me. Maybe I'm crazy, but I like math, and that's mathematically more plausible. Just saying. So, this is about what we're stuck on and what we're going through of trying to open up people's eyes, and it is sad. And it looks like waiting for some more people to get on. I think I kind of messed up. I know I told everybody I'd start at 11, and then I moved it to 12. So I guess this is what I get and what I deserve. I'm sorry. My girl has her kid here and the grandson, and so yep, we got started a little delayed. So
Is that your sandwich in there?
there's two, right? Or did your mom take one finally?
My mom took one.
Good. Yeah, there's a second one.
Can I have it?
Yeah.
I'll make another one.
It's all right. It was going to be my break. Go ahead. You're fine. Good. But so, it is so nuts trying to just give all that you have to give and trying to, what we have and what we love and research and what we do, trying to open up the minds of the blind and the ones that we love. And it just seems to be the hardest thing in the world to do. I'm sorry, I made a breakfast sandwich and this shit's bomb. I can't help myself. This thing's kind of messed up. Doesn't always show me how many or if somebody's even on there. Looks like some people are getting on. So pretty much what I'm getting into is how hard it is to come to understand and realize and learn the things that you've come to learn. And you can't even open the eyes of the ones that you love the most. And I think that's it's almost our own form of hell. Well, it shows somebody went away. If you're still here, say something, give a thumbs up. It always messes around with things up there. Alright, well, I'm gonna eat on my sandwich then. Slow bomb. That sucks because I knew a lot of people were going to actually sign in on this, but it was supposed to start at 11. And I pushed it off, so what can I expect? All right. Well, there you are. Yeah, I don't know. Keep saying people are here, people aren't here. All right, so I'm just going to kind of start over a little bit because I wasn't really sure if people were here or not. All right, so one of the hardest things is one of the hardest things to come and deal with is when you come to find some truth that literally blows everything out of the water that you ever thought and ever understood. I mean, not until you find that biggest lie can you start to understand things for what they are. Because I remember when I found the biggest lie ever, I thought it was the stupidest thing in the world. I tried to disprove it. I could not. And it ended up actually disproving everything that I ever thought in my life. And it was, I would say, my kind of great awakening. What is so hard about that when you have that and you can't even get the people that you love even more than yourself. You would die for them. You would kill for them. No matter what it seems that you do, you cannot open their damn eyes. And that is one of the most heartbreaking, horrible, just effed up things that there is, when you can't open up the eyes of the people that you love more than your own self. And I know we shouldn't love anybody more than our own self, and we probably even shouldn't love ourselves that much, but whatever. That is one of the most things. Yeah, it does. That's, I think it's our, literally almost our own hell, is what I think it is that I don't know what could be worse, knowing something and you still can't get anybody to listen or understand. You know, it breaks my heart. And what is really funny for me, um, we are not monkeys on a ball in a Milky Way galaxy streaming through space over 2 million miles an hour towards an galaxy. The sun, 6,000. Well, no, and that's what I always laugh too at people. It's like, I'm sorry, you're not spinning 1,000 miles an hour on a wet ball rocket. I mean, how insane is that? You're spinning 1,000 miles an hour on a wet ball rocket, going around a sun that's supposed to be going 10,000 miles an hour, around a Milky Way that's supposed to be going 100,000 miles an hour, and that North Star is always in the same place no matter where you are on the planet. That's not mathematically possible. And it's just so hard when you're trying to come across to the ones that you love the most, and you just can't get them to see what you're seeing. And they think that you're trying to come at them like you're telling them that they're stupid, but really what you're trying to do is you're trying to save their soul, and you're trying to make them realize, look, we're living in an enclosed system. Does it make more sense that somehow something came from a single atom and blew up and made everything that we are? Hold on, you stay right there. And blew up and made everything that we are, and expanded and made all this shit? Or does it make more sense that maybe somebody was like, hey, I'm going to separate the waters from the waters and put a dome over this, and I'm going to see how my creation does? Guess what? Mathematically, that makes a hell of a lot more sense, because it is mathematically impossible for evolution to have evolved from a single cell organism into what we are from the time that they say that this planet Earth has been here. Even, isn't that kind of amazing? Isn't that kind of weird?
Thank you for making me a sandwich.
I Did you enjoy your sandwich? Sorry, yeah. See, I made some bomb ass sandwiches. Everybody liked them. Uh, but that is the most, irritating thing in the world, that you can't even open up the eyes of the ones that you love the most, and that's why you do what you do, is for them. And at the same time, they look at you like there's a dick growing out of your forehead. It sucks. I'm sure every single one of you have kind of been there and felt that, and it sucks. All right. Sorry, my sandwich is bomb. My dad. "40 years old and oldest of 12 kids. Eldest of 12 kids. 40 years old, eldest of 12 kids. Wow. Okay. I'm the youngest of three. But yeah, I mean, goodness. Well, I'm just going to tell you, your mother and father were good breeding stock. My goodness, that is awesome. Good for you and good for your bloodline. You know, I can follow my bloodline all the way back to the Mayflower. I'm a direct descendant of Brigham Young. I am not a Mormon, though. My whole family is Mormon. All comes from freaking Idaho. Only person born in California. I am not a damn Mormon, and I know I could be a jackass and act like I am and probably be given just about anything that I wanted, but no thank you. I'm a Christian, and I believe in Jesus Christ. Not some crazy ass dude that looked in a hat at some seer stones. That's demonic and devilish. That's sad, because guess what? That is my bloodline. All right. My dad is a... Holy crap, sorry. I got stuff on my phone. Holy crud, sorry. Alright, there you go. I know, I suck, guys. I really appreciate you guys being here. My dad is a Sperminator. What? Yeah, that okay, well, whatever. So, um um all right, let's get moving on here. So, one of the craziest things is that the more that I look into things and the more that I look into what the heck, yeah. Yeah. The more that I, keep looking into the Bible, and I can't say that I've read the whole Bible, but I keep going back and rereading the Bible and rereading parts that I've read. And the more that I do, the more that it makes sense, because there's a rhyme and a reason and understanding towards everything that isn't so plain to see. But once you have to come to see that understanding, it just, yeah, no, we know you're just messing around, dude. It's all right. Um, but once you come to um, see things more for what they are and just kind of let them go, it's a little easier. All right. All right. I got a little thrown off. All right. Looks like we lost a couple of people there. All right. What do you guys want to get into? I kind of got a little off beat there, so somebody just bring something up and we'll go from there. Yeah, like I said, I got a little thrown off. All right. Well, you guys you gonna be quiet? What do you got? Sure, non-existent. Yeah, well, the curvature that is non-existent, and what irritates me more than anything is when people say that they're Christians, but they believe in fake ass NASA, and it's like, man, if you're any kind of Christian, you are a Christian. Why haven't you done any research and realized that NASA, translated into Hebrew, means deceiver or to deceive? I mean, it's really irritating. I mean, over 200 times, it literally pretty much tells you that the earth is flat in the Bible. And these people say that they're Christian. I mean, I have people that go play piano, go and play guitar, they're at church every single Sunday. And it's like, hey, that's not the real Sabbath, just so you know, because Sunday is the first day of the week, but whatever. You have these people that they're so into Christ and they're so into, the Bible, and they're so into their church, and they still don't even have any kind of understanding of what the hell is even going on. It's like, if you're a real Christian, I'm sorry, I think you'd have a little bit more research, and you realize the earth was flat. And if you went to a church where the pastor didn't explain that, or you weren't beating that against people's head, going, the earth is damn flat and you need to listen, I don't understand why you'd even keep going. It makes no sense. 12 miles from the sea, the telescope. No, I have a PX 900. I know exactly what you're talking about. It is amazing that people will sit there and just, oh, well, there's curvature, things sink behind the horizon, and it's like, oh my goodness. All right, who's ever on here, I just like to say this, supposedly it's supposed to help if you have thumbs up. Can anybody that's on right now give thumbs up? Supposedly it's supposed to help. Supposedly more people will see. I appreciate it. No, it is amazing though, because even though that you say what you say and you talk what you talk to people, they will still literally sit there and laugh at you instead of actually doing any research themselves. And they will act like they know that they live on a wet spinning ball rocket because it says it in the Bible, and it's like, no, it doesn't. Where does it say that? It says that the earth is immovable, is actually what it says in the Bible. And you say that type of crap, and they get butt hurt. This page of the Bible. No, and that's the worst part. Like, you can quote anything that you want from the Bible, and especially in the beginning of the Bible, and people still will sit there and go, well, I don't know. No, that's not what I believe. No. And it's like, so you don't believe, you say that you believe in Jesus Christ, you say that you believe in the Bible, but you're still sitting there willing to listen to what NASA has to say that is translated into Hebrew, deceiver. You're saying you believe in Jesus Christ and you believe in the Bible, but you don't believe what the Bible is telling you right in front of your face, but you believe what somebody says to you that gets $57 million a day from you. Yeah, okay. All right. The hypocrisy and the insanity of it is just nuts. It's just sometimes you wonder what is even the point. But we all know there is our point, because the point is to open and enlighten as many people as we can. Because if we do not do that, we're not doing what we're supposed to. I already know when I look the true Father in the face, if I'm even able to raise my head up to look him in the eyes, I'm going to be ashamed. But no way am I going to be ashamed on that aspect. I'm going to freaking say, hey, I blew the trumpets as loud as I could, and this, and that way. And then this, and that way, I'm looking at you ashamed. We all know none of us are perfect. All of us have things to be ashamed of. I don't care who or what you are or who or what you think you are. Every single one of us has our burden and our shame and our bear to cross, or our cross to bear, for who and what we are, because not one man is perfect and not one man is better than the next. And I understand we're supposed to love everybody, but guess what? I'm sorry. I can't abide by for pedophiles. I cannot do that, because the Father did not tell me to lay down my sword. The Father, or not even the Father's Son, Jesus, the day before he was crucified, he told all of his flock, if thou not have a sword, sell thy cloak and buy a sword. The Father never told us to lay down our sword. He told us to pick up our sword. And the one thing that we cannot abide by or let go are the people that harm children. And that is the one thing that they're trying to perpetuate in front of our eyes and make it to seem like it's not that big of a deal. I mean, when you're talking that you have 450,000 to like 850,000 children that go missing every year just in the United States, I think that's something that maybe we should be worried about, and maybe something we should be talking about a little bit more, but we don't. You have Barack Obama that literally put kids in cages, this and that and all that. And then you have our president right now that is actually trying to fix that and make it better. But in his presidency, nobody's being put in cages and all this shit, but they perpetuate those lies. We must come to understand that, the Zionists that are actually trying to destroy our world, and literally, here's what they think of us. We are literally cattle and we are animals. The only reason that we are here, this is what Zionist Jews and, Orthodox Jews think. The only reason that us, the Gentiles, are here, we're a type of livestock. We're like a goat or a donkey. We're only here to work for them. No more, no less. Whatever happens to us or what they do to us, that means nothing. And this is literally how they feel. And we're sitting there helping them perpetuate and continue to fight wars and continue to kill shit. Okay, so why don't we look back into before World War One, around World War One? So, anybody ever hear of the Armenian genocide? Well, how about this? 1.5 million Armenians were killed in genocide by, you want to know who they were? They were Zionist Jews, and they called themselves the Young Turks. So it was Jews and Arabs that literally destroyed and killed over 1.5 million Christians. That was the real genocide. There was no genocide that they talk about, the Holocaust and all that. You can't kill 6 million people when there's only 3 million of them in all of Europe. That's kind of impossible. It's kind of hard to do. I mean, it's been proven. Some of the first books that were ever written proved on what it was and how they died. And if you look at those tractors and all that, they were pushing those people into those pits. Those are John Deere tractors. Riddle me this: how is it that Ford Motor Companies, and the guy that started it, Ford, that's his name, how come in the 1950s he sued the U.S. government for bombing his Panzer plants that were in Germany? And he won. If anything that you've ever been taught in this history of your life is true, How does that make any sense? How do you sue your own government for blowing up your Panzer plants that were in Germany during World War II? Riddle me that, mate. It doesn't make too much sense now, does it? So here's where we sit, and here's where we're at, and here's what we have to deal with, and here's what we have to freaking choke down from the lies that they give us. And we're supposed to let our children, our grandchildren, we're supposed to just let them continue to suck down these lies and believe these lies and continue to move forward with them. That doesn't work for me. I don't know about you, but that does not work for me. What do you want to talk about next? I know I should have went live at 11, but I was too busy. I couldn't. All right. Well, I think I'm going to call this because it is what it is. I appreciate everybody that showed up. Please leave a comment. Definitely appreciate being here. I love you all. All right.